Okay, brilliant. Oh, morning, morning. So we are full of the joys of spring. And like Katie was saying, I've certainly noticed that people seem to be a bit more cheerful, to be a bit more inclined to say hello, good morning, have a little chit chat with you as we go about our daily business when the sun is shining. So, new week, new month, full moon yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. It's sometimes called a worm moon. And it's called a worm moon because as the earth begins to warm up, as spring begins to emerge and work its magic, so the worms notice that as the earth begins to warm, and they begin to come to the surface to do all their wonderful work of aerating the soil. So hence the term worm moon. But I think there is something lovely. Oh, and there's some dispute about whether or not spring starts at the beginning of March or whether we've got to wait until the spring solstice, which is later on. So actually, there are two starts to spring. There's the meteorological start and the astronomical start. So we have celebrated the meteorological start to spring, but we've got to wait. We've got a second coming. We've got a second bite of the cherry when we get to the spring solstice. But with the sunshine, I'll take it. I'll accept that it's spring. So what we're going to do today is a little one to really tap into that spring-like energy. So we're working out of that winter yin-like inward introspective energy, slowly, slowly, not too quickly. We don't want to rush things. Could snow next week. We want to emerge like the little earthworms, slowly, slowly into this beautiful spring sunshine. So a little bit of energy today, but again, moments to pause, moments to come back to listening to our bodies as we celebrate this beautiful new season. So we're going to start by lying down today, team. We've got some lovely quotes about spring. So come to lie yourself down, bring your knees to your chest. I'm going to stay seated for a moment just so I can talk to you. Lovely. And maybe have a little stretch or a little hug of your knees up towards your chest. Maybe a little rock from side to side. Oh, as you welcome yourself to your practice today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for carving out this time. And then just for a moment, allow the body to come to a nice, comfortable position. It might be with your knees bent, feet on the floor, or stretching the legs out. And I don't know about you, but yesterday, if you were out and about in what seemed like the first day of sunshine in a very long time, I was reminded of a lovely quote by Charles Dickens. And he wrote, "It was one of those March days where the sun shines hot and the wind blows cold, when it's summer in the light and winter in the shade." It really felt like that yesterday, that beautiful sun on our face, almost like all the lovely flowers that are emerging in the garden, turning their faces towards the sunshine. I felt like I was one of those. But when you step out of that sunshine, there was a reminder that we're not quite out of the winter weeds yet. So as we start to feel that rising of energy that comes with the spring, just that little reminder to ourselves not to rush things, just like nature around us is taking her time. The buds, the flowers, slowly emerging after their winter slumber. And so do we. We need to take things slow and steady as we shake off those feelings of winter, the winter gloom, and begin to feel a little bit more rejuvenated, maybe a little bit lighter and brighter in mind, body, and spirit as we welcome back the light, slowly warming up of the earth. Spring is one of my favourite seasons. So tapping into that life force within us now, that breath, our prana, energy, chi, whatever we want to call it. We'll start just by bringing our awareness to our breath as we, if it's comfortable, begin to deepen and lengthen the breath, bringing all of that lovely fresh energy into the body. Feeling the chest, the belly rising and falling. Just noticing if you're feeling the breath anywhere else in the body today. Maybe it's around your neck and shoulders, maybe even up into your face. As we do build the energy in our practice, just trying or aiming to keep the breath nice and smooth and steady. Pausing when it becomes a little ragged or forced. So let's bring our awareness, our attention down the arms, down into your hands and your fingers, and wherever the hands are resting, just begin to bring some movement into your fingers. Maybe a little wiggle there as we start to slowly warm up the body. Just start to circle the wrists. You can keep your elbows on the floor, or if you want to stretch out the forearms, bring the arms up towards the ceiling and just do some little circles with your wrists there. Be some clickies and crunches of your joints as you take them round the opposite way. Yeah, slowly warming things up. And then very gently, we'll bring the hands back down by the sides of the body. We'll stretch the legs away in front of you. Wiggle out your toes. Yeah. Warming up into our feet, our roots of our practice. And we'll just have some little rolls around your ankles there. Oh, that was a big click in my left ankle there. It's been clicky for a while. Clickies and crunches, and then round the other way. And then keeping the legs stretched out in front of you, let's bring the arms up and back above the head, taking them into a wide V if that's more comfortable. And just take a moment there and a lovely, lovely full body stretch, reaching away through one side of the body and then the other. Having a little wiggle out there, maybe pointing the toes so the back arches a little bit. Then we'll just relax into that full body stretch for a moment, honouring that full moon that was yesterday. We're going to come into a little crescent moon pose. So take your legs to the top right corner of the mat. We're going to scoot the upper body in the same direction. Taking a gentle hold of that left wrist. Just begin to gently pull that arm over the head. You can rest your head on the underneath arm there. Now this might already be enough, that gentle stretch all the way down the left side of the body. But if you do want a little bit more, cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Just notice if you do that, that you're not shifting all of your weight into that right sit bone. Keep pressing down gently through the back of the hips as you lengthen up and out of that left waist. Let's take one more lovely deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's release, come back through the middle, then we'll take that little half moon to the other side. You're going to shuffle your legs to the left, upper body in the same direction. So this time we're catching hold of that right wrist. You just let your head loll on the underneath arm there, gentle tug of the arm over the head. And then maybe you cross your right ankle on top this time. Might feel a little different. So again, an evenness through the back of the hips is what we're aiming for. And again, just notice, I'm noticing that this side feels a little bit different, a little bit tighter on this side. Lovely. Let's take one more lovely deep breath into that stretch. And breathing out, we'll come all the way back through the middle, back to that lovely full body stretch. And from there, bring the arms out level with your shoulders or pop a bend in the elbows if that's more comfortable. Now bend the knees, walk your feet back in towards your bottom. We're going to take them nice and wide apart as we introduce some twisting to the body. So as you drop your knees to the right side, maybe rolling your gaze over that left shoulder, gently pressing the feet and the knees into the earth beneath you. Let's notice how that feels in your back and your hips, adjusting the position of your feet if you need to. And back up through the center, we'll try that on the other side. So remembering one side might feel different. So again, you might bring the feet slightly closer. Try flexing your feet to protect your ankles and knees. Just going to roll from side to side with the breath. So inhale through the middle and exhale as you tip the knees from side to side. You can add as much energy through that as you want, pressing the knees more firmly towards the floor if you want to increase that stretch. If you want even more today, bring the arms back up above the head, just resting one hand gently on top of the other. So as you press the knees down, you might feel that hip, that following hip, lifting up from the floor a little bit more as we find even more rotation. We'll do one more over to the right. So you might feel that left hip scooches forwards a little bit more. And then one more to the left. Take your time. And then we'll come all the way back through the middle. Walk your feet back in towards you now, hip width apart. And then we'll bring the arms up and over so you can hug your right knee in towards your chest there. So just pause there for a moment. Just softening into the back of the shoulders. Feel that nice stretch into the back of the leg. Then we'll catch hold around the back of that leg. Take the leg up towards the ceiling. Point and flex off your foot there. As much knee bend as hamstrings require today. Now, as you flex the foot, you've got the option to keep the other leg bent, or see if you can slide that left leg away from you so we've got two straight legs. You're going to come into a little twist. So again, you can always bend that right leg, or with a straight leg, use the left hand to bring that right leg all the way over into that little twist, and then back up through the center. You're going to open the leg to the right. So just bring that left hand onto the top of the hip to help anchor you down. One more each way, bent leg or straight moving leg. You decide, first of all, into that little twist to the left. And then that lovely inner thigh stretch over to the right. Lovely. We'll come all the way back up through the center, holding on around the back of the leg. Option to stay there. Or slide the hands up the leg, pick up your head and shoulders, bring your nose towards your knee. And then release. Let's bend the knee, bring the foot down to the floor and stretch the leg out. Let's come back into our full body stretch for a moment, balancing things out before we swap sides. So this time we're going to slide the feet back in towards you as you lower your arms, so feet are hip width apart. And we'll pick up the left knee this time. Give it a little squeeze. Let's lengthen out through the back of the neck, chin tucked in as you squeeze the knee. Then we'll find that hamstring stretch, so hands behind the leg. Press down towards your bottom to support the hamstring as you point and flex off your foot there. See how that feels. That's it. And then again, as you flex the foot, we're going to slide the right leg out in front of you, so you've got two straight legs. Pressing down through that right heel, and come into your twist, so you can always bend that top leg as you come over to the right. And then back up through the center. Right hand on the right hip as you open that left leg out to the left. So just use that hand to anchor you down. One more each way, up through the middle. And then across the body into your little twist. And then up through the middle. And then we'll open the leg out to the left. Beautiful. Come all the way back. I'm going to bend that left knee, foot on the floor. Slide the other leg up to join it, so we've got both feet on the floor, hip width apart. Arms by the side of the body. We're going to press into the feet to take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly push the hips up, coming into a little shoulder bridge. We'll take an inhale at the top. And as you exhale, roll your way down. Slowly, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, breath in at the bottom. And then breathing out, pressing through the feet, keeping all 10 toes anchoring you down. As you breathe in at the top, see if you can push the hips up a little more. And then we'll roll our way back down. Let's do one more like that. Breath in. And then breathing out, a little squeeze of your bottom as you push the hips up to the sky. Breath in at the top. And this time we'll roll our way down, keeping the hips on the floor. Bring your knees in towards the chest. Just have a little circle off with the legs there, so you can keep the knees together, or you can take them round in two little separate circles there, whatever feels good. Oh, that feels nice. We'll go around one way and then just change direction. Let's take those knees round the opposite way. Beautiful. We're going to come up to seated, so you can decide if you want to Roll up and meet me in a momentary cheeky boat pose, balanced on your sit bones. You can release the arms if that feels good. And then soles of the feet together. Let me come to twizzle myself around. Soles of the feet together. So if you want a deeper hip stretch, just bring the heels in a little closer towards you, pulling up on your shins. And we'll take a little hinge forwards. Your elbows might reach your knees. And we're lengthening out through the crown of the head now. Little variation today, you can stay there. Or rounding the back, we bring the fingertips down to the floor in front of your toes. But just make sure if you're trying that little variation that you keep the knees nice and wide apart. Lovely. And then slowly, slowly, we'll come all the way back, hands to the knees. So you can bring the knees together and then extend them out a ways in front of you. Beautiful. We're going to bring that right foot in towards you. You can keep it on the inside or cross it to the outside of your left leg. You decide. So take a little twist to the right, so hug in with your left elbow, circling that right arm all the way up. And then bringing the hand behind you so you can turn the body towards that bent leg. Sitting up nice and tall, keeping that right sit bone grounded down onto the floor as you flex that left foot. Oh, that feels nice. Rinsing out the spine. Let's take one more inhale there. And as you exhale, come back to center. And bring the sole of that right foot to the inside of your left leg. So it might be above the knee, might be below the knee. Pop a little cushion or something underneath the knee to make it comfy if you need to. Reaching the arms up, we'll breathe in. And breathing out, we're coming straight over that left leg. Don't worry about where your hands land, how close your nose is to your knee. Just feel that lovely stretch in the back of the leg. Nice. Now we're going to reach the arms forwards and up as you breathe in. And take a little twist back round to the right as you exhale. Hands coming down. Inhale through the middle. We'll take a little twist in the opposite direction. Nice. Inhale to center. This time as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Bring that left hand down onto your knee, your thigh to help anchor you down as we take that little twist. And then reaching the right arm up, breathing in. And breathing out, you're going to reach over towards your left toes. Little reach on the diagonal. Back up through the middle. Breath in. And then breathing out over on the diagonal. Lovely. One more time. Breathing in. And breathing out across. Lovely. Coming all the way up. You're going to bring your right hand down behind that right hip. And just lean into your right sit bone so you can bring the left leg around behind you. If that doesn't work for your knee, keep the leg stretching out in front of you. You're going to sweep the left arm in front of the face and you've got the option to push the hips up off the floor. And then we'll lower the hips. Left hand to your shin or ankle. We're going to take the right arm up and over. Lovely. Let's do that again. Right hand coming down. Left arm sweeps in front, maybe with that little hip lift. And then coming all the way down, holding onto your shin, your ankle, over the top. Lovely. Let's do that just one more time. Big sweep. That little back bend if it feels good. And then coming all the way down. And last time to come into that lovely mermaid stretch. Beautiful. Carefully bring the hands down. Lean into your hands so you can bring the legs back out in front of you. Give them a little shake off. And we'll try that on the other leg. So left foot comes in. We can keep it on the inside or cross it to the outside of that extended leg. So we're going to twist to the left this time. So circle the left arm all the way up. Fingertips coming down behind you. So you can set yourself up nice and tall. Maybe looking out over that back shoulder if it feels good. Yeah. Oh, that feels nice, pressing evenly through the sit bones. Let's take one more inhale there. And as you exhale, we'll come back to the middle and bring the sole of that left foot, again, above or below that right knee. You decide, supporting the knee if you need to. Reaching the arms up, breath in. We're coming down over that straight leg. Breathing out. And again, not worrying how low you come. Just feel that nice stretch, opening in the back of the leg. Lovely. Ready for that little twist? We're going to reach the arms forwards and up as you breathe in. A little twist round to the left, breathing out. Lovely, back up through the center, breath in, and we twist in the opposite direction. Coming all the way back up. This time we're going to twist left, so that right hand comes down to rest on the thigh or the shin. Left arm reaching up, and then over towards your right toes. Back up through the middle, breathing in, and over the top, breath out. Lovely. One more time, all the way up. And seeing if you can get that lovely stretch without that left knee lifting. This time we'll bring the left hand behind you. Again, you can keep the legs straight or pop a little bend in that right knee so you're sitting between your legs. That's it. Right arm in front of the face. Maybe you pick the hips up. And then we drop the hips, right hand to your shin, and we swap arms. Left arm up and over. That's it. Beautiful. Left hand down, right arm in front of the face. And then we come all the way down and switch arms. Nice. One more time. Picking up the hips. Big stretch. Last time for that mermaid. All the way over. Lovely. Bring the hands down. Stretch the legs out. Give them a little shake, shake. And then we'll find our way round onto all fours. So coming into that lovely tabletop position with your hands underneath your shoulders, taking them wider apart if you need to today, no problem. And we'll come into our cat-cow as we start to awaken the spine. So as we inhale, pull the chest forwards, tilt the tailbone up, and then rounding like the angry cat as you press into your hands. Really closing the eyes here, just beginning to warm up through the back body, into the chest and the shoulders as we ripple that movement back and forth. And maybe you're content to stay here today. Maybe you want to, just for the next couple of moves, just make that movement your own. Maybe doing a little circle of the hips or a figure of 8 or a moving cat-cow. Just have a couple of moments there where you move intuitively, whatever way the body kind of is seeking to get into any tight spots. If you're doing a little circle or a figure of 8, just make sure that you go round in both directions. Oh, that feels good. Oh, I've got lots of clicks and crunches today. Musical accompaniment. We'll come back onto all fours. Hands underneath you. So we're going to shift the weight into your left knee so we can take the right toes up towards the ceiling into our little tiger, taking that inhale. Exhale as you bring that knee to your chest, nose to knee. And again, lift the toes. Inhale. Exhale to bring it through. Nice. One more time. This time you're going to bring that right foot all the way through and step it between your hands. Lovely. Sweeping the arms up, breathing in. And breathing out, take a big circle of the arms back behind you. Lovely. And again, inhale. Exhale to take that big circle. One more time. This time we'll bring both hands down to the floor. We're going to keep the left hand where it is, opening that right arm up. We've got the option to lift that back knee and push the heel away. Beautiful. We're going to bring the hands down. Now, if you've not lifted that back knee, we're going to do so. So you can drop that back heel in, setting up for a warrior 2. So we're going to rise on up when you're ready, bending into that front knee as you take the arms nice and wide. That's it. Arms reach up. We're going to straighten the legs. Breath in. And then breathing out, coming back into your warrior. Lovely. And again, inhale to reach up. And exhale to bend. Don't worry if the arms don't reach above your head, the palms don't touch. Just pulling up nice and tall. We're going to pause in our warrior. And then from there, reaching forwards, right hand or forearm onto that front thigh. We're going to take the top arm all the way up. Now, as you look down, we're going to wrap that left arm around behind you. You might bring it onto your low back. Some of you might be able to take that little bind and bring it through to the top of your right thigh. Lovely. Now coming into triangle, you're going to start to straighten the front leg. Right hand above or below the knee. Keep the chest rolling forward as maybe you take the gaze up and maybe you extend that top arm. Keep everything facing forward. Lovely. That top arm's going to pull us all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out, reverse your triangle, right arm up and back. Beautiful. Bend the front knee. Inhale. And as you exhale, hand or forearm to thigh. This time we're going to windmill that left hand down to the floor. Little pivot on the back foot as we meet in downward dog or straight to all fours. If you're with me in downward dog, have that little squidgy walk, bending one knee and then the other. And then rising up onto your tiptoes, rolling back down onto all fours where you can flatten your feet and send your bottom back towards your heels. Maybe you want to stay in child pose today, or we'll keep moving in our little floor flow. Inhale to all fours. And this time exhale, coming forwards and down onto your tummy. Picking up the chest, little cobra. And then pushing back into child pose. Lovely. Twice more if that's feeling good. Rounding up, breathing in. And breathing out, coming all the way down. Lovely. Picking up the chest, coming up through that little cobra. And then bottom to heels. One more like that. That's feeling good. Rounding up. And then dropping down. Beautiful. We're going to all meet in child pose, so don't worry again if you're moving faster or slower than me. Into your child pose. And then from child pose, sliding your hands back towards your knees. So if you don't like sitting in hero, pop yourself up into standing kneeling. Okay? So wherever you are, you're going to bring the right hand down, left arm over the top. So if you're in standing kneeling, you're just sliding one hand down the leg, up through the middle. And then we'll switch sides, either hand on the floor or just sliding the hand down the leg. Lovely, up through the center. Right hand down, left arm over. And this time you've got the option, if you're with me, to extend that left leg out to the side. Lovely, then we gather everything back to center. Switching sides, left hand down, you can stay there, or again, we push the hips up and straighten that top leg. And then coming all the way back down. And then we'll all use the strength of the legs to push ourselves up into standing kneeling, reaching the arms up, tucking the toes under behind you, and swimming the hands around onto your low back. You'll squeeze the elbows together, press the hips forwards, maybe lift your gaze. Lift your chest, keep squeezing those elbows back behind you. Hips stay on top of knees. And then slowly we release, flattening off the feet, reaching the arms up. And then we'll come forwards and down, back onto all fours. Rearranging those hips. Lovely. Let me come and face the opposite way. So this time we're going to take the left toes up and back, breathing in. And breathing out, knee to chest, nose to knee. We're going to try that on the other leg. And again, toes lift, chest lifts. Squeezing everything in. Last time, we're going to take the toes up. And this time, step or help that foot forwards. So this time, we've got the left foot in front, ready for our low lunge. Sweep the arms up, breathing in. And then draw that big circle with the arms. Maybe the arms come back a little ways back behind you. Twice more. Lovely stretch into the chest and the shoulders. Last time. This time the hands come down to the mat. Then twist it to the left. So right hand stays where it is. Left arm opens. And we've got the option to pick up that back knee. Lovely. As you bring the hands down, we're going to drop that right heel in. Ready to do our little warrior two on the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to come all the way up. And then bend into that left knee this time. That's it. Legs straighten, arms lift. Inhale. And then back into your warrior. Breathing out. Lovely. And again, so we're pulling up nice and tall as you breathe in. And then coming all the way back down. Lovely. Last time. Beautiful. We'll all meet in our warrior two. We're going to lean forwards, left hand or forearm onto that top thigh. And we reach the right arm up. Now, as you look down to protect your neck, you're going to wrap the right hand onto your low back. Maybe some of you can take it round to the top of the thigh. As you look down, we're going to straighten the front leg. Left hand above or below the knee. Keep the chest pointing forwards. And then maybe take the gaze up as you reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Lovely, that top arm pulls you all the way back up. And then we take the left arm up and back. Bending into your knee, let's come back into your warrior, breathing in and breathing out. Top arm up and over into your side angle. And this time, right hand comes all the way down to the floor. Bringing the hands down, we're going to meet in downward facing dog again. Or all fours. Have that little squidgy walk. Now you've got the option to come on to all fours, but this time we're going to roll ourselves forwards to plank as you inhale. And then come down onto your tummy, knees lifted or lowered. Find your cobra, maybe an upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. From your downward dog, walk your hands towards your feet. So your feet stay where they are at the back of the mat. You're going to bend the knees and the elbows and have a little sway in that forward fold. Yeah, just allow the body to hang over the legs. Beautiful. And then fingertips down to the floor or on the legs somewhere, so you can push up into your flat back as you breathe in. And breathing out, we fold. We're going to roll our way up to stand. Take your time. Maybe a little circle of the arms at the top, breathing in. Let me adjust the camera. And then breathing out. Bringing the hands back down to the heart. We're going to bend the knees, sweep the arms out and up, breathing in. And hands coming down to heart. Lovely. One more time. Little energy through the feet as you rise up. And then hands coming down to heart. Lovely. So we're going to pause there. Keep the hands at the heart as we send the hips back into your chair pose. So you can stay there, or maybe you reach the arms forwards, or even up by the ears. You decide. Now we've got a little cheeky challenge. You can keep the heels on the floor, or shift the weight forwards, a little balance on the balls of the feet. We're all going to straighten the legs, maybe keeping those heels lifted, coming all the way up, maybe keeping the heels lifted. We're going to come all the way back down into your chair pose, maybe a little lower. And then come down into your forward fold when you're ready. Breath in to lift up into your flat back. And breathing out, I'm going to take a little pat of the hands forwards into plank. Okay. So we're going to come into a cheeky side plank, so you can always bring the right knee down underneath you or spin the heels to the right as you take the left arm up. So remember, you can always bring that knee down underneath you. Lovely. We'll come back through plank and then we'll switch sides. So as you spin the heels to the left, right arm up, remember you can bring the knee down or push the hips up. Beautiful. We'll come back through the center and lift the hips into your downward facing dog. Get a little squidgy walk. You can always have a little moment in child pose if you're needing to replenish the energy there. So when you're ready, we're going to meet in downward dog, not child pose. Or they can stay there if you want. We're going to take the right leg up and back as you breathe in. And breathing out, we're going to step that foot through, this time setting up for a high lunge. So a little pop of the feet hip width apart. And when you're ready, we're going to rise on up, breathing in. And breathing out, opening the arms. Lovely. Bending the knees. We're going to rise on up, breath in, legs are straight. And then that bend of the knees as you breathe out. Lovely. One more time. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep a little bend in the knees as you sweep the arms up. Now we're going to twist to the right, left arm in front, right arm behind you. Lovely. Back through the center. Keep the hips facing forwards as we change direction. Right arm in front this time. Lovely. Inhale to center. We're going to do one more to the right. So the left arm is in front. We come up through the middle. This time we're going to open up into our warrior two. So we've got the right knee bent. That's it. Back into those little straightening of the legs. Arms rise. Inhale. Going to add on. Exhale. Come back into your warrior. Lovely. Twice more. Strong in the legs. Might have a little wibbly wobblies going on with the legs. Getting grounded. Lovely. One more time. Beautiful. So we'll meet in our warrior, reaching forwards, and then hand or forearm to that front thigh, top arm up. And then again, we'll look down as you wrap that hand onto your low back. Again, you can snuggle it round to the front of that right thigh if you can. And again, we're going to find our triangle, so straightening off your front leg, hand above or below the knee. Maybe we release that left arm up. And this time we've got the option to bring it over the top of the head. Maybe both arms reach forward so you're framing your head, and then come all the way up. Beautiful. Drop that left hand. Right arm reaches up and back. Back into your warrior as you inhale. Exhale as you come into your side angle. Lovely. Left hand coming down to the mat. Bringing both hands down. Now you've got the option to step straight to a forward fold this time, or walk the hands forwards and lift that back leg into a cheeky standing split. Maybe you bring the right hand around the back of the ankle. Maybe both hands. Woo, wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble. And then when you're ready, we'll all step into that forward fold at the top of the mat. Lifting up into your flat back, breathing in. And breathing out, we fold. We're going to rise on up. Big breath in at the top. Lovely. Hands coming to heart. We're going to bend the knees, sweep the arms up, breath in. Are we feeling spring-like? Hands coming to heart, building that energy. Twice more. Inhale. Gathering everything up. And then bringing all of that lovely energy down to your heart last time. Beautiful. So we're going to keep the hands together at the heart. Coming back into that cheeky chair pose. Hips go back, just check the knees aren't knocking in towards each other as maybe you reach the arms up. I'm going to try that little balance again, or not. So you can keep the heels on the floor or pick up the heels as you straighten the legs. Ooh. We're coming back down the way we came. So bending the knees, you're coming down, down, down. Maybe you come all the way down, down to your heels. And then we'll all meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale as you lift up halfway. And as you exhale, you're going to step or jump into plank pose, or maybe straight to all fours. You decide. If you want to do that little flow with me, you shift the weight forwards as you inhale. And exhale, come down onto your tummy, into your cobra, maybe your upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Just turn around to face you the other way. Have that little squidgy walk through the feet. We're going to try that little ditty on the other side, the left leg leading this time. So when you're ready, you're going to sweep the left leg up and then step or help it forwards. Give it a hand to bring it to the top of the mat. Popping that right foot out to the right. When you're ready, we're going to rise on up as you breathe in. Breathing out, bending the knees. Draw that big circle with the arms. Lovely. And again, breath in. And breathing out to open. Nice. One more time. Now we're going to keep a bend in the knees. We're just going to bring the arms back up towards the ceiling. Ready to twist to the left. So the right arm is in front this time. Left arm behind. Breathing into center. We're going to switch arms. So try and keep that right hip facing forwards. Inhale to center. One more to the left. So right arm in front. Back up through the center. This time we're going to drop the back heel into our warrior. So you've got your left knee bent this time. Beautiful. Straighten the legs. Pulling up nice and tall. Breathing in. And breathing out, we bend. Lovely. Twice more. Gathering up. And then bending into that front knee. One more time. We're going to pause in that warrior so we can reach forwards. Left hand or forearm to the thigh. Top arm up. Now look down as you wrap that right arm behind you. Maybe again you snuggle it forwards. And then we're coming into our triangle. We're going to straighten off the front leg. Left hand above or below your knee as you take the right arm up. Now this time, maybe you bring the right arm over the top of the head. Maybe both arms are strong on the neck. And then all the way back up. Woo! Right hand down, left arm up and back. Beautiful. Inhale as you come into your warrior. Exhale, handle forearm to thigh. And then we roll that right shoulder down to the floor, bringing both hands down. Now again, you can come straight to your forward fold or walk the hands forwards and take that cheeky standing split, lifting the back leg. Maybe left hand behind your ankle, maybe right hand as well. Feeling the ankle do a little wobble underneath you. And bring the hands down. We'll all meet in a forward fold. Inhale as you lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Lovely. We're going to rise on up. Ooh, hands coming to heart. Let's keep the legs straight. Slow circle. Slowing the breath. Inhale. And hands to heart. Lovely. One more like that. Come and stand on a wobbly floorboard for my balance. Hands to heart. So we're going to shift the weight into your left leg and see if you can find your tree pose with that right foot. So you might choose to keep the foot on the floor. Lovely. Lots of options to be taken. Putting up nice and tall. Now we're going to draw one circle with the arms going all the way up. And then a big circle. Finally bringing the hands back up to the heart. And we'll try one in the opposite direction. So this time the hands come down. I'm going to keep the arms up by the ears as you point that right knee forwards. Give it a squeeze as you inhale. And then see if you can tap the toes to the floor. And again, knee comes up, little squeeze. And then tap the toes. Last time. And tap the toes to the floor. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale, let's take a big forward fold down over the legs. Lifting up halfway, breath in. And breathing out to fold. We're going to rise on up. Circling the arms out and up. Hands coming to heart. Lovely. We're going to try that little balance on the other side. Might feel different. So this time we've got our left foot coming up. Above the knee, below the knee, or maybe resting on the floor today, pulling up nice and tall. And we'll try those circles, or not. You can keep the hands at the heart if that feels already a lot of a challenge today. Arms come out. And hands meeting at the heart. I'm going to circle the arms the opposite way, this time keeping the arms by the ears. Point that knee forwards, take that inhale as you give it a squeeze. Exhale to tap down. And again, give that knee a squeeze. And then a tap. One more time. Bring the foot to the floor. Breathing in, we reach up. And breathing out, we fold. Lifting up halfway. And again, stepping or jumping back into plank, you decide. Again, you can have a moment in child pose or continue to flow forwards to plank. And down onto your belly. Inhale as you find that little back bend. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Downward dog, right leg goes up and back. This time we're setting up for pigeons. We're going to pull that knee to your chest behind your right wrist. Bringing that right shin diagonally across the mat. Now, this really doesn't serve your body. Come down to lie on your back. Right ankle over your left knee, coming into that reclined pigeon. Yeah, lovely. Or you can stay up in pigeon and simply bend both knees generously. You decide. If pigeon is okay, maybe extending the body forwards, making that little pillow for your head. Wherever you are, take a moment to allow the body to settle. So just as we've built the energy throughout our flow, now's the time to start to gently bring the energy back down with these more restorative poses. And just like spring that takes its time to come into full fruition. And So we take our time in our practice to emerge from that yin-like energy of winter. Slowly, practice by practice, beginning to build up a little bit more heat, energy in the body. Just noticing any tension, particularly after winter, where we've all perhaps been holding the body in on itself to keep warm. Now is the time we can begin to open up into that front body, ready to face this beautiful season with spring in our step, a smile on our face. A couple more breaths there, releasing the hips, whatever you're doing. Lovely. If you're lying on your back, bring the knees in towards your chest now. Have a little circle of the knees. And then come up to seated. If you're with me in pigeon, we'll pop ourselves up on your hands. We're going to lean into that right sit bone so you can swing the left leg round, coming into a little twist. So you might, like me, be sitting between two bent legs. You can always straighten the right leg out in front of you if you wish. Taking that little twist to the left. And bringing the left hand down behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe gazing out over that back shoulder if it feels good. Lovely. Take one more breath in there. As you breathe out, just a little twist in the opposite direction. So into that lovely open twist. A little cheeky challenge. Can you come back to center? Lean back a little ways and unravel into a cheeky boat pose. Maybe the legs straighten this time. Woo, weren't expecting that, were you? And then bring the feet to the floor and we'll roll onto all fours and then back up into your downward dog. Now, if you know that pigeon doesn't float your boat, you can come straight down onto your back, left ankle over right knee. Or if you're with me, we're going to take the left leg up, coming into pigeon, knee behind wrist. We're going to slide the right leg back behind you. So maybe you stay up on your fingertips if that feels good in king pigeon. Or maybe you prefer, like me, a little sleepy pigeon, making that little pillow for yourself. And again, as we've swapped legs, you might notice that one side feels a little different to the other. We're just taking a few easy breaths there. And it's making those little subtle adjustments to make the body even more comfortable in this position. Steadying the breath. Lying on your back. Just bring both knees in towards your chest. Again, give them a little circle. And then come up onto your bottom into a seated position. If you're in pigeon again, we'll pop ourselves up onto our hands, leaning this time into your left sit bone so you can sweep the right leg round. And again, you might end up sitting between your heels like me or have that left leg stretched out. So we're going to twist to the right, catching with your left hand or elbow, bringing that knee in towards you, sitting up nice and tall. Love, and we'll take one more breath in there. And as you breathe out, let's come into that lovely open twist in the opposite direction. That's it. Lean into your bottoms. Maybe one last cheeky boat pose. If you want a challenge, you might straighten legs. And maybe reach the arms up, keeping your chest lifted. Beautiful. Then bring the soles of the feet together in front of you, holding onto your shins. And again, take that little forward fold over the legs. And if your hips have had enough after pigeon, slide the heels a little further away from you. Deepening that distance between your heels and your bottom. Lovely. We'll bring the hands to the knees. You can bring the knees back together. Slide both legs out in front of you. You're going to reach the arms up as you breathe in. This time coming into a lovely forward fold as you breathe out. So you can bend those knees as much as you need to. Maybe wrap the hands around the back of the thighs if your hamstrings or your back feeling tight today. And then slowly, slowly lift the chest. You're in a cooler room and you want to pop another layer on, feel free. Bring the heels to the top of the mat, reaching the arms forwards, and slowly, slowly roll your way through the spine. Bringing the arms back behind you, coming back into that lovely full body stretch where we began. Take a moment there just to roll out your wrists, ankles there. A few circles one way. And then a few in the opposite direction. And then from there, let's hug that right knee up and in towards the chest. Maybe you have a little rock at the knee from side to side there if it's feeling good. Let's release out through the back and try to imagine that you're stretching out through that left heel. Bring the hands around the back of the right leg, taking that leg up towards the ceiling. So again, as we come into one final twist over to the left, you can always keep the top leg straight like me or bend the top leg. We're coming back up through the center, keeping the leg pointing up towards the ceiling. Hands around the back of the leg. Again, you can stay there or slide the hands up the leg, nose to knee. And maybe this time you hover the other leg just off the floor. Then we'll lower that left leg, bring the right knee into the chest. And then we'll slide the leg away, coming back into your lovely full body stretch for a moment. Then go ahead and give your left knee a nice squeeze, hug in towards you. And again, maybe you have a little rock at that knee from side to side. That's it. And then straightening that leg up towards the ceiling, holding around the back of the leg, twisting over to the right this time. So again, you can always bend in that top knee. Lovely, coming back up through the center, holding on around the back of the leg, sliding the hands up the leg, maybe picking up your head and shoulders, maybe hovering that right leg off the floor. And then lower that right leg, left knee to your chest, bring the other knee to join it. And just have a little circle off with your knees there. Roll around the back. Go around one way. And then all the way around the opposite way. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bringing the feet down underneath you into a comfortable position for Shavasana. Maybe you keep the feet on the floor. Maybe you stretch the legs out in front of you. Lovely. So, thinking ahead to this wonderful new season of spring, season of new beginnings, fresh starts, and to our ancestors. Spring was the beginning of the year. March was the new year. Always seems a far nicer time to think about fresh starts and new beginnings when the sun is shining and the weather is nicer. as we think about moving forwards into the rest of this week, perhaps with an added spring in our step as the sun shines. I leave you with this lovely quote from Barbara Kingsolver, who wrote about spring, that this is the season of exquisite redemption, a slam bang return to joy after a season of cold second thoughts. Lovely, love that. Return to joy. So as you take a moment, maybe bringing your knees in towards your chest, or perhaps having a lovely stretch out into that full body stretch before you bring the knees up and in. And then rolling or turning to one side, take your time. And come up to seated when you're ready. Ah, lovely. Sitting up nice and tall, let's take a big deep breath in, reaching the arms up, bringing all of that beautiful spring energy, sunshine and lightness down to us. And namaste. Thank you, thank you. Ah, hopefully that's woken us up, ready for the season ahead.